Good morning, students. Hope you are able to listen me and you can see whatever is on the screen. Now, today we are going to start with the less or the that is the first Rolle's theorem. Another is a mean value theorem, and after that is a on that basis the exercise 5.8 is there, and after that we are going to solve the miscellaneous exercise. I got a one question that is they are asked to understand. That is a question is from 5.134 question. I know it. First, I am going to complete the Rolle's theorem. After that, because the same sum is in the exercise 5, so I will solve at that time rather than taking the first, because the 5.8 is very small. The Rolle's theorem and the mean value theorem are very small exercise, and these are the two only the theorem that we have to understand, and then we will start with. And so I'm going to solve that question. That is a given question of 5.1, question number 34. That is the same in the exercise number last exercise. So now I'm starting with the Rolle's theorem, hoping that you must have gone through the theory part. In the theory part, we have studied there are the two theorems. One, verify the Rolle's theorem. Another is a mean value theorem. Now for this, there are the conditions. These two theorems are applied for the function. That is the first function must be the continuous. I am talking about the first Rolle's theorem, and then we will talk about the mean value theorem. Now for the Rolle's theorem, it is stated as for the first the function must be the continuous. The first it should be the continuous, and second it should be the differentiable, and f of a and f of b are equal, then the Rolle's theorem is applicable. Now whenever the Rolle's theorem is applicable, then there exists a c. If there exists a c for which there exists a c in the interval of a to b such that f dash of c is equal to 0. So first three conditions. First, the function must be continuous. Second, it must be the differentiable. Third, f of a must be equals to f of b. Now the question is given, verify the Rolle's theorem. Verify the Rolle's theorem, it means we have to verify it, indicate. First we have to check all the three conditions. If it satisfies, we say that the Rolle's theorem is applicable, and when it is applicable, then we have to find out the value of c. They are not mentioning that find the value of c there, but though they have not mentioned, we have to find the value of c also, and that should be in the given interval. For that, first we will start with the first question. Verify the Rolle's theorem for this. F of x, x square plus 2x minus 8, where x belongs to minus 4 comma 2. It is a closed interval. It means that your value of a is minus 4 and b is 2. First we have to check the continuity and the differentiability. Now whenever the function is given, here the function is not given for the two different part, that is it is not break at any part. So where to check? We have studied whenever the function is given in the two part, for less than certain number is a different and greater than different, then we are checking the continuity. Always remember, whenever it is a polynomial, logarithmic function, exponential functions, trigonometric functions, then such functions are always continuous and differentiable. As because we have the formula for that, it means they are their derivative exists, and as derivative exists, it means it is a differentiable. So whenever are there, we are not going to check the continuity. Here we'll just say that as it is a polynomial, is continuous in the closed interval of minus 4 comma 2 and differentiable in the open interval of minus 4 comma 2. So first two conditions are satisfied. that is, it is a continuous and differentiable. Now the third condition, f of a and f of b equal. For that, f of a, what is the value of a? Minus 4. Calculate f of a, it means we will calculate f of minus 4. And for that, every x should be replaced by minus 4. So whenever we calculate, what we get, that is after calculation, we get 0. This calculation, I know you can do it very fast. Then f of b. F of b, it is a f of 2 because our value of b is 2. So f of 2. So just replace every x of f of x by 2. Simplify and calculate the answer. What we get here as a 0. Now we get f of a is equal to f of b. So since third condition is also satisfied, we say that the Rolle's theorem is applicable. Now, just as stated, whenever it is applicable, then we have to find out the value of C also. Now, as it is applicable, we say that these statements are important. We have to write that. As it is applicable, there exists a C belongs to minus 4 comma 2 such that f dash of C is 0. Now, to calculate f dash of C, first we have to calculate f dash of x. Now, f of x is given as x square plus 2x minus 8. So, first order derivative, that is f dash of x. The derivative of x square is 2x plus derivative of 2x is 2. Derivative of constant is a 0. So, we get f dash of x is 2x plus 2. F dash of c. The meaning is that every x should be replaced by c. So, we get it as a 2c plus 2. F dash of c is equal to 0 implies is 2c plus 2 is equal to 0. We get this value of c is minus 1 and therefore it is given as which is belongs to minus 4 comma 2 and so we get the value of c is minus 1. Now here it was a given polynomial, was a quadratic only, and so we get only the one value of c. If it is a cubic, given polynomial is cubic, the derivative will be in the quadratic and then we may get the two answer for c which belongs in the interval, or it may happen that one of the value will not be in the interval. So after getting the value of c, we have to check whether that value is belongs in the interval. If it is not belonging, then that value of c is not possible. So this is the first question, that was a just verify the Rolle's theorem. Now we will go with the second question. Second question also, the question is the same. Examine if the Rolle's theorem is applicable to any of the following functions. Correct? Now the function is given as, here it is written as a square bracket x. What is the meaning of the square bracket x? Is called as a modulo function. The modulo function, the meaning is that the greatest integer completed but not greater than x. And in such, we already completed or we have gone through for any value of x is equal to a. Now we require in the interval of 5 to 9. As we require in the interval of 5 to 9, we have to check the continuity and differentiability. This is not a polynomial. Always remember, the polynomial, it means you know what is mean by the polynomial. It should contain the term of x. Along with the term of x, we were having the different parts. That is a, so this is not a polynomial. Now we have studied whenever for any value of a, we are trying for a. If x is tending to a minus, then this value of the modulo function is always a minus 1. For that, I have asked you to always remember by drawing the line graph, or that is a number line. When a, we take a, before a, its number is a minus 1, preceding number of a is a minus 1, and successor of a is always a plus 1, because on number line we are drawing the according to the number. And when we say a minus, it means less than a, tending to a, but still it is a less than a. So before that, which integer is completed is a minus 1, and when x tends to a plus, it means it is a greater than a, and tending to a, but it is a greater than a, and so in that case the function value will be a. Now here what we get, limit x tends to a minus will be a minus 1, and limit when I calculate x tends to a plus, I will get it as a, and because of that the function is not continuous for the any value of x, that is a, or we can say that for the value of a which is in the interval of 5 comma 9, and as it is not continuous, first condition is not satisfied, so no need to check the other conditions. Directly we can say the Rolle's theorem is not applicable. This is a one. Otherwise for 5 and between the number 5 and 9, we cannot check for 5. It should be greater than 5 and less than or equals to 9. We will check at 6. If you are not remembering this, we can go with the number. Let us check at the continuity at x is equal to 6. When the number is less than 6, the value will be 5, and when the value is 6 plus, we will get it as a 6. So as we are getting the different values, f of x is not continuous at 6. Similarly we can prove for 7, 8, and so we can say that it is not a continuous, and so the Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Here also the same function, though the interval changes, this function is never continuous. Always remember, modulo function is not a continuous, not differentiable. So that is a same question they have given. Now the third, the function is given x square minus 1 for the interval 1 comma 2. Now x square minus 1, so it is a polynomial. As it is a polynomial, naturally the function is continuous and differentiable for any interval. No need to check for 1 and 2. We'll write f of x is a polynomial, so continuous in the closed interval of 1 comma 2 and differentiable in the interval of 1 comma 2, open interval of 1 comma 2. Now, so first two conditions are satisfied. We have to go for the third condition. For that, f of a, what is f of a? F of 1, that is a 1, replace just every x by 1. So what we get it as a minus 1. F of b is f of 2, replace x by 2 and simplify, we get it as the value which is not equal. Here it should be 1, then we'll get it as a 3. F of a is not equal to f of b. Rolle's theorem is not applicable. So the question second is completed. I think you have understood the concept of the Rolle's theorem. Now this is a completely different question given. We can mark it as important but rarely asked in a board. Up till they have not asked, but it doesn't mean that they are not going to ask at any time. What they have given, f is in the interval of minus 5 to 5 is a differentiable function. Always remember, the function is a differentiable, will be always a continuous. But if the function is continuous, doesn't implies is the function is a differentiable. There are two parts. If the function is a continuous, may or may not be the differentiable. But if the function is a differentiable, it is always continuous. As they have stated, it is a differentiable. They have not mentioned the function here. So as a function is not given, we cannot go for the finding out f a or b. Here only we can say this is a, this is b. Function is not given, and they have stated that it is a differentiable. Sorry students. If it is a differentiable, is a continuous in the open interval of minus 5 to 5. Since f dash of x does not vanish, correct, does not vanish, it means that is not 0. For any value of c, it is not going to be the 0. By the mean value theorem, what they have stated, f dash of c is not 0, because first two conditions are satisfied. It is a continuous, is a differentiable. So mean value theorem states that the first, for the mean value theorem, the mean value theorem states if function is continuous in the closed interval, differentiable in the open interval, and if f of a is not equals to f of b, then there exists a c in the interval of a to b such that f dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. Now as it is given f dash of c is not 0, here I am applying the mean value theorem because we don't know whether the f of these two values are equal or not. We have to prove they are not equal. So now what we can use, the f of this is a phi will becomes your b, this is a. So f of b minus f of a upon b minus a is not 0. So what we get when you simplify this, that is how just cross multiply and we get f of phi not equals to f of minus phi. Now the mean value theorem, this is given question x square minus 4x minus 3 in the interval of a and b where a is 1, b is 4. Now what they have given, f of x, what we can say about this function, is a polynomial. As it is a polynomial, will be continuous in the closed interval and differentiable in the open interval. So first two conditions are satisfied. Now we have to go for f of a and f of b. F of a will be f of 1. So replace every x by 1. After replacing, what we get the value as minus 6. F of b is f of 4. That is a 4 square minus 4 into 4 minus 3. So when we do the calculation, we get it as a minus 3. Now minus 6 and minus 3 are not equal. So that implies this f of a is not equals to f of b. So third condition is also satisfied, and hence we can say that the mean value theorem is applicable and there will exist a c in the interval of 1, 4 such that f dash of c will be equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. We know the value of f of b, f of a, we know the value of b and a, but till we have not calculated f dash of c. So first we'll try to find out that. For that, f of x is given x square minus 4x minus 3. So what will be its first order derivative? F dash of x will be equal to 2x minus 4. As f dash of x is 2x minus 4, f dash of c will be 2c minus 4. Now we'll replace all the values f dash of c, f of b, f of a, b, a in this formula. We get 2c minus 4 is equal to minus 3 minus of minus 6 upon 4 minus 1. Now when we simplify this, this is a minus 6 plus 6, sorry, minus 3 plus 6 is 3 upon 3, so that is a 1. 2c minus 4 is 1, implies is c is equal to 5 by 2. 5 by 2 it means it is 2.5. So it lies in the interval of 1 and 4. So we get the value of c as pi upon 2. So in this what we have studied, for the mean value theorem and the Rolle's theorem, first two conditions are the same, that function must be the continuous and differentiable. Only for the Rolle's theorem it is stated that f of a must be equal to f of b. And as it is a f of a and f of b are equal, naturally we get f dash of c is a 0. Yes, I get one query, ma'am, but a is equal to b should be equal. A and b will not be equal because when we say in the interval of a and b, इंटरवल ऑफ ए एंड बी, हियर इट इज अ वैल्यू ऑफ ए एंड बी, इंटरवल है, इसका मतलब कुछ तो बीच में पॉइंट्स आने चाहिए. इफ आई से दैट इंटरवल इज 1 to 1, तो 1 और 1 के बीच में क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं है. सो इट इज नॉट, नेवर विल बी ए एंड बी, इट शुड बी एफ ऑफ ए एंड एफ ऑफ बी इज इक्वल फॉर द रोल्स थ्योरम रिक्वायर्ड, and for the mean value theorem f of a should not be equals to f of b. That is only the second part. And फॉर द रोल्स थ्योरम as equal f dash of c is 0. एक्चुअली वही है रोल्स थ्योरम इज वी कैन से दैट इज द सेम एज अ मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम, क्योंकि मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम में हम क्या बोलते, दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड एफ डैश ऑफ सी शुड बी एफ ऑफ बी माइनस एफ ऑफ ए अपॉन बी माइनस ए। रोल्स थ्योरम क्या कहता है, एफ ऑफ बी और एफ ऑफ ए इक्वल है। अब ये दोनों वैल्यूज इक्वल होगी तो नेचुरली ये तो जीरो ही होगा, जीरो डिवाइडेड बाय एनी नंबर इज अ जीरो, मतलब एफ डैश ऑफ सी जीरो ही मिलने वाला है। सो द रोल्स थ्योरम एंड मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम डजंट हैव मच मोर डिफरेंस। इन द रोल्स थ्योरम एज एफ ऑफ ए एंड एफ ऑफ बी जीरो है तो नेचुरली एफ डैश ऑफ सी जीरो ही मिल रहा है। only they have just given in the two different forms. Now the question number 5, this is I already solved in the video, so I'm not going to continue now. And again in the question number 6 they have stated that in the question number 2 they have asked us to check Rolle's theorem. The same question they have asked for the mean value theorem. In this part we get the two, that is a first was a modulo function is not continuous, कंटिन्यूस नहीं है तो रोल्स थ्योरम भी नहीं अप्लाई होगा, मीन वैल्यू भी नहीं होगा। उधर तो हमको रोल्स पूछा था, वी आर गिवन द आंसर, इट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल। हियर ऑल्सो मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम विल नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल। एंड इन द थर्ड क्वेश्चन here it was a polynomial was continuous and differentiable but f of a और f of b इक्वल नहीं मिले थे, इसके लिए हमने बोला था रोल्स थ्योरम एप्लीकेबल नहीं है। रोल्स थ्योरम एप्लीकेबल नहीं है then mean value theorem तो applicable है, so we can find out by the mean value theorem. When we calculate we get the value of c as 3/2. Same way we have to go, that is f of b minus f of a, b minus a, first calculate, that is a 2c is equal to, when you replace the value we get 3/2 and 3/2 मतलब 1.5 is in the interval, and so we can say that yes there exists value c which is, and that is equal to 3/2. I think it's a clear for the Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Now that completes our exercise 5.8. 5.8 has very less questions and that is on the mean value theorem and Rolle's theorem. अब मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम में क्वेश्चंस जरूरी नहीं कि यही पूछे, क्योंकि फंक्शंस चेंज हुआ क्वेश्चन चेंज होता है, फंक्शन कैन बी चेंज एट एनी पार्ट टाइप। only you should understand what is the required conditions for to both. पहली दो कंडीशन तो सेम ही है, कंटिन्यूस और डिफरेंशिएबल तो होना ही चाहिए, इक्वल होगा तो रोल्स थ्योरम अप्लाई होगा, नहीं होगा तो मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम अप्लाई होगा। दैट इज ओनली द पार्ट। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट with the question that is that complete actually our theory part and all the exercises related to that. Miscellaneous is always the part where it is a combination or the combined all the theory. नॉर्मली 5.1 5.2 एक एक कॉन्सेप्ट्स के पीछे उन्होंने क्वेश्चंस दिए थे, एक्सरसाइज 5 में सारे मिक्स आते हैं। अब वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व दिस, बट फर्स्ट टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू टेक डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन नंबर 22। इसका रीज़न ये है कि दैट इज़ द सेम क्वेश्चन ऑफ 5.134 एंड दैट इज़ अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि पहले ही मैंने स्टेटमेंट दिया वेन एवर द फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूस we cannot give the guarantee that it is a differentiable. It may be the differentiable, may not be the differentiable, but if the function is differentiable, is always the continuous. Now in this they have asked the same statement and they have asked to justify. They have not given the question, they have just given the statement that justify this statement. To justify, when they give such, we has to give the solution or we has to give the question as well, and for that this is a question given, not 20, that is a, does there exist a function which is a continuous everywhere but not differentiable at exactly 2 points? Justify your answer. जैसे मैंने बोला कि फंक्शन कंटिन्यूस है इसका मतलब ऑलवेज डिफरेंशिएबल होता ही है, ऐसा नहीं है। तो फंक्शन तो कंटिन्यूस होगा बट डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं एट 2 पॉइंट्स। अब इसको जस्टिफाई करने के लिए दे आर नॉट गिवन द एनी फंक्शन, वी हैज टू सिलेक्ट द फंक्शन एंड आई हैव सिलेक्टेड द सेम फंक्शन ऐसे टाइम इतना ही याद रखो, जब ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन होगा कि कंटिन्यूस है बट डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं है, तो फंक्शन आपको सिलेक्ट करना है। तो फंक्शन सिलेक्ट करते वक्त हमेशा मॉड्यूलस लेने का, क्योंकि मॉड्यूलस कैन गिव यू द बेटर आंसर डायरेक्टली। बाकी के लिए क्या होता है, कभी हमने कोई दूसरा फंक्शन ले लिया, पॉलिनोमियल लिया, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री लिया ले तो लेते हैं, बट बाद में पता चलता है अरे डिफरेंशिएबल भी हो गया, तो देन यू हैव टू कट। मॉड्यूलस इज अ सच फंक्शन। अब मॉड्यूलस में ये वैल्यूज आप कुछ भी ले सकते हो, x प्लस वन, x प्लस ईयर एंड ईयर x माइनस वन, कुछ भी ले लो, दो मॉड्यूलस के अंदर लेके कर सकते हो। अब आई हैव सिलेक्टेड द सेम क्वेश्चन विच इज अ 5.1, क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. Now the question is given, f of x is modulus x minus modulus of x plus 1. दिखने के लिए तो फंक्शन सेम है, सिंगल लगता है, ब्रेकिंग तो कहाँ दिखता नहीं है, बट हमेशा याद रखो जब मॉड्यूलस फंक्शन है इट इज गोइंग टू ब्रेक एट टू पार्ट्स, because we know that the modulus function is such that the value of modulus x is positive x when x is greater than 0 and becomes a minus x when x is less than 0. इसका मतलब दिखने के लिए ये तो सिंपल दिख रहा है, बट ये भी ब्रेक होने वाला है. Again, this is also going to break at 2 points. X plus 1 will, modulus of x plus 1 will becomes x plus 1 if x plus 1 is greater than 0. अब x plus 1 is greater than 0. What implies this? X is greater than minus 1. So if your value of x is greater than minus 1, इसकी वैल्यू आएगी पॉजिटिव, एंड इफ इट इज x इज लेस देन माइनस 1, इसकी वैल्यू आएगी नेगेटिव. मतलब दिखने के लिए फंक्शन एक ही लगता है, कहीं ब्रेक हुआ दिखता नहीं है, बट वी हैज टू सिंप्लीफाई एंड एट दैट टाइम वी विल गेट दैट द फंक्शन विल बी ब्रेक्ड एट टू पार्ट्स. अब इसके लिए क्या करना है, इसके एक्चुअली 4 कंडीशंस आ सकती है. x पॉजिटिव है, x नेगेटिव है, और मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस 1 है, इसके वजह से मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस 1 निगेटिव है, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस 1 पॉजिटिव है. अब उसके लिए पहले मैंने इससे स्टार्ट किया कि x प्लस 1 ये निगेटिव है, x प्लस 1 निगेटिव है, इसका मतलब x प्लस 1 इज लेस देन 0 एंड दैट इम्प्लाइज इज दैट x इज लेस देन माइनस 1. अब इफ x इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू माइनस 1, ये जो है वो निगेटिव आया, तो x माइनस 1 इज लेस देन 0, इसका मतलब ये भी निगेटिव ही आया. एंड सो व्हाट वी गेट, x व्हेन आई से दैट x इज लेस देन और इक्वल्स टू माइनस 1, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस 1 विल बी माइनस ऑफ x प्लस 1, और ये भी निगेटिव आएगा, इसके लिए दैट विल ऑल्सो बिकम्स अ माइनस x. तो अपना फंक्शन क्या चेंज हुआ, इसके जगह माइनस x रिप्लेस करना पड़ेगा, माइनस इसके जगह भी माइनस रिप्लेस करना पड़ेगा, सो माइनस ऑफ माइनस एक्स प्लस 1. अब ब्रैकेट ओपन ही करने हैं, ये माइनस माइनस प्लस बनेगा, सो माइनस एक्स प्लस एक्स कैंसिल हो गया एंड वी गेट इट एज अ 1. तो पहला कंडीशन मिला कि जब x इज लेस देन माइनस 1, दिस f ऑफ x इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स वी कैन राइट डायरेक्टली एज अ 1. अब दूसरी कंडीशन, ये तो हमने बढ़ा लिया, मतलब x प्लस 1 इज ग्रेटर दैन 0. अब जब x प्लस 1 इज ग्रेटर दैन 0, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस 1 विल बी पॉजिटिव, तो इसके लिए ये तो मॉड्यूलस आ गया. बट वाई वी आर टेकन फॉर द 0 ईयर, ये तो ठीक है, ये बड़ा हो गया, बट ये इसके लिए x 0 से बड़ा है कि 0 से छोटा है वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. और इसके लिए मैंने कंडीशन ली कि इफ़ इट इज़ लाइज बिटवीन माइनस 1 एंड 0. अब माइनस 1 और 0 के बीच में जब होता है तो ये दिस वैल्यू गिव्स यू द पॉजिटिव, बट x इज लेस दैन 0. x इज लेस दैन 0 का मतलब क्या हुआ, मॉड्यूलस x विल गिव यू द माइनस वैल्यू, सो इट विल बिकम्स अ माइनस x. अब फंक्शन लिखेंगे, सो मॉड्यूलस x जहाँ था दैट हैज़ टू बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय माइनस x माइनस, and this modulus of x plus 1 becomes a positive, so that is a x plus 1, and so we get the function as, when we simplify, अब ये तो माइनस एक्स मतलब माइनस 2x and this is a minus 1, so f of x becomes a minus 2x minus 1 जब x lies between minus 1 and 0. Now if x is greater than 0, naturally x is greater than 0, matlab we'll get the modulus function is also positive, and x plus 1 is also positive क्योंकि ये भी whenever we say that is a greater than 0 it means it is a greater than -1, तो ये भी पॉजिटिव ही मिलने वाला है. So then we get f of x is a modulus x will be as x and modulus of x plus 1 will be x plus 1. f of x क्या बनेगा, x minus x plus 1. So we get it as a -1. So after simplifying all this thing, दिखने के लिए तो फंक्शन सिंपल था, मॉड्यूलस x minus x plus 1. After simplifying what we get, function f of x becomes a 1 if x is less than or equals to -1, is equal to minus 2x minus 1 if x lies between -1 and 0, and becomes a -1 if x is greater than 0. सो फंक्शन एक सिंपल लाइन में दिखा, इसका मतलब वो इजी क्वेश्चन होता है, वैसे नहीं है. जब मॉड्यूलस है तो वो फंक्शन पार्ट में ब्रेक होगा, तो पहले पार्ट में ब्रेक करना सीखो. दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये ऐसा होता है कि कैन वी टेक वैल्यूज एंड प्रूव कंटिन्यूटी. यस वी कैन टेक द वैल्यूज, बट स्पेशली इन दिस क्वेश्चन व्हाट हैपन, नॉर्मली जब हम वैल्यू लेके सिंप्लीफाई करना क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करते हैं, वी टेक अ इंटीजर वैल्यू, वी नेवर थिंक अबाउट द फ्रैक्शन. So first you will go for 1, 2, 3, -1, -2. You will not take any value between -1 and 0. And in that case, you may get a wrong answer. So better try to go with the method rather than substituting the numbers. The function is now what we have seen. The function is break at -1, also break at 0. To check the continuity, we have to check the continuity at -1 and at 0. Now because they have stated the function is continuous, so it has to prove function is continuous. To check the continuity at -1, what we have to do, f of -1. So f of -1 is, we have calculated f of -1 as 1. Then we will go for the left hand limit. The left hand limit is 1. The right hand limit is also 1. We get the left hand limit value and the right hand limits are equal. It indicates f of x is continuous at x is equal to -1. Now we will check for the continuity at x is equal to 0. To get the f of 0, here we have to replace the value and we will get it as -1. We will calculate the left hand limit. Left hand limit, it means we have to select the function which is given for less than 0. Less than 0, the function was -2x minus 1. So replace x by 0, we get it as a -1. Right hand limit. For the right hand limit of the function, we will select the function which is given for greater than 0, and that was a -1. So it is equal to -1. So limit extends to 0 minus of f of x is equal to f of 0 is equal to x tends to 0 plus of f of x. It indicates that f of x is continuous at 0. So first it was a continuous at -1, it was continuous at 0, and so we can say that it is continuous at every point of x. Now we have to check the differentiability. We will check the differentiability again, where we can check this differentiability where the function is break. It has break at -1 and 0. So we have to check the differentiability at -1 and 0. Now for -1 and 0, first f of -1. f of -1 is a 1. Left hand limit, it means limit extends to -1 minus f of x minus f of -1 upon x minus of -1. What is f of x? That is for less than -1. You can go and check the function here. What is given, that for less than -1 it was 1. So we get this as 1 minus f of -1 is also 1 upon x minus and minus will becomes a +1. So it becomes a 0 divided by. When you replace x as -1, we get minus, but -1 plus 1 0, मतलब actually 0 by 0 आता है. And 0 by 0 is not 0, but here what happened? It is not 0 here. What we say, it is tending to -1. But as it tending to -1, the value is not -1. And as x is not -1, x plus 1 will not be 0. So this is not 0, this is 0. So 0 divided by non-zero number. The answer is 0. Now we will calculate the right hand limit. Right hand limit, it means that is a right hand limit x tends to -1 plus f of x minus f of -1 upon x minus of -1. Here when we simplify, the function given for greater than -1 was minus 2x minus 1. This is -1. So when we simplify, what we get? Minus 2x minus 2. So we can take minus 2 common. X plus 1 upon x plus 1. Here x plus 1 is not 0. So we can cancel this 2 part and we will get it as a minus 2. Left hand limit we get it as 0. Right hand limit is minus 2. Naturally it implies as they are not equal, and as they are not equal, f is not differentiable at x is equal to -1. Question tha, it is a continuous everywhere but not differentiable at 2 point. 1 point we have proved it is not differentiable at x is equal to -1. Now second point आपको प्रूव करना है कि और एक पॉइंट है हाँ कि जहाँ वो डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं है. इसके लिए we will check at x is equal to 0. The method is the same for differentiability. F of 0. F of 0 is, when we calculate, we get it as a -1. Left hand limit, that is a 0 minus. For 0 minus, the function was minus 2x minus 1. And minus of, here it is a -1. So minus of minus will become plus. When we simplify, we get it as a minus 2x upon x. So that is a minus 2. For 0 plus, the function was -1. So -1 minus of -1, this was a just calculation part. So what we get? 0 upon x. Here x is tending to 0. X is tending to 0, it means x is not 0. So denominator is not 0. And this is a 0. So 0 divided by any number is a 0. And hence it implies is that these two values are not equal. So it is also not differentiable at 0. So the function was continuous at every point but not differentiable at 2 point. The question they have asked that only, ki if the function is continuous for every point, can we say that it is not differentiable at 2 point? And they have asked to justify. Justify के लिए खुद का function लेना है. We will take the function always for such, that is a modulus function. 3 के लिए बोला होगा तो 3 मॉड्यूलस लेंगे. Modulus x minus modulus of x plus 1 plus modulus of x minus 2 x plus 2. You can select of your choice. I think you're cleared with this, or shall I explain again for the f of x part, how we get this 3, because that is the important part. वो एक बार समझ में आया तो आगे का पार्ट तो सीधा we can solve directly. No reply, it means you have understood it clearly, or shall I explain it again? ओके सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट इसमें होता है ये एफ ऑफ एक्स जो दिया है मॉड्यूलस एक्स है मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एक्स प्लस 1 वी हैज टू मेक इन द पार्ट. दिखने के लिए सिंपल दिखता है, इट इज़ नॉट ब्रेक अगेन. So first, that is an important part that we'll try to break in the part. ब्रेकिंग के लिए इतना याद रखो कि ये जो है मॉड्यूलस हमेशा दो पार्ट में ब्रेक होता है। एक बार पॉजिटिव होता है जब ये वैल्यू पॉजिटिव होती है मॉड्यूलस के अंदर वाली, और निगेटिव होता है जब इसकी वैल्यू निगेटिव होती है। एक्स के लिए तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता है, एक्स इज ग्रेटर देन 0 प्लस एक्स, एक्स इज लेस देन 0 माइनस एक्स। इसके लिए प्रॉब्लम आती है क्योंकि एक्स प्लस वन, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एक्स प्लस वन विल बिकम एक्स प्लस वन जब x plus 1 is greater than 0. Now x plus 1 is greater than 0. It implies is x is greater than minus 1. इसका मतलब यहाँ माइनस वन पे ब्रेक होने वाला है, आइदर लेस देन माइनस वन और ग्रेटर देन माइनस वन। इसका जब हमने पार्ट सोचा कि x इज लेस देन माइनस वन, लेस देन माइनस वन मतलब ये निगेटिव आया, तो इसकी वैल्यू तो निगेटिव आनी है क्योंकि इट इज मॉड्यूलस वैल्यू। नाउ माइनस वन, इसके लिए वी हैव टू कंपेयर फॉर द जीरो। माइनस वन इज लेस दैन ज़ीरो, इसका मतलब ये भी वैल्यू निगेटिव ही आएगी, और इसके वजह से व्हाट वी आर रिटर्न मॉड्यूलस व्हेन एक्स इज लेस दैन माइनस वन, मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एक्स प्लस वन will becomes a minus of x plus 1 and modulus of x is equal to minus x, and so f of x becomes a minus x माइनस ऑफ माइनस एक्स प्लस वन। इसके आगे का पार्ट तो बहुत आसान है सिंप्लीफाई करना, उसके लिए कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है एक्सप्लेनेशन की, एंड यू विल गेट इट एज अ वन। इसमें हमने क्या सोचा, पहले ये निगेटिव लिया, अब दूसरे बार ये पॉजिटिव लेंगे। एक्स प्लस वन शुड बी ग्रेटर देन ज़ीरो, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, एक्स प्लस वन शुड बी ग्रेटर देन माइनस वन, मतलब माइनस वन इज लेस देन एक्स, इसके लिए यहाँ माइनस वन इज लेस देन एक्स ले लिया। बट वाई वी आर गॉन फॉर द जीरो, क्योंकि इसके भी तो कंडीशन देखो ना, इसकी कंडीशन क्या है, एक जीरो माइनस हो मतलब लेस देन जीरो और ग्रेटर देन जीरो। अब इसके कंडीशन के हिसाब से पहले मिला कि माइनस वन लेस देन माइनस वन, अब जो भी नंबर लेस देन माइनस वन होगा विल बी नेचुरली लेस देन जीरो, तो उसकी कंडीशन तभी देखने की जरूरत नहीं थी। अब इसमें हमने बोला ये पॉजिटिव है, सो एक्स इज ग्रेटर देन माइनस वन, x is greater than minus 1 और I can say minus 1 is less than x। अब ये less than x है तो इसकी कंडीशन क्या है, इसके लिए तो ज़ीरो करनी चाहिए, और इसके लिए हमने सिर्फ ज़ीरो तक की कि माइनस वन इज लेस दैन एक्स इज लेस दैन और इक्वल टू ज़ीरो। अब इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, अवर x लाइज बिटवीन माइनस वन एंड ज़ीरो, जब माइनस वन एंड ज़ीरो होगा तो ये वैल्यू पॉजिटिव देगा क्योंकि x प्लस वन इज ग्रेटर दैन माइनस वन, और इसके लिए ये पॉजिटिव देगा और ये निगेटिव देगा, मतलब मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एक्स प्लस वन विल बी द एक्स प्लस वन बट मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एक्स विल बिकम्स अ माइनस एक्स, और इसके लिए एफ ऑफ एक्स में मॉड्यूलस एक्स के जगह माइनस एक्स लिखेंगे, माइनस इसकी जगह एक्स प्लस वन लिखेंगे, उसको सिंप्लीफाई किया तो 2x माइनस वन मिला। अब तीसरा पार्ट, मॉड्यूलस एक्स ग्रेटर देन ज़ीरो होगा, मतलब x ग्रेटर देन ज़ीरो होगा तो मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x विल बिकम्स अ x एंड मॉड्यूलस ऑफ x प्लस वन, क्योंकि जब ये ज़ीरो से बड़ा होगा तो x प्लस वन विल बी ऑलवेज ग्रेटर देन ज़ीरो, और ये ग्रेटर देन ज़ीरो होगा तो इसकी वैल्यू तो हमेशा पॉजिटिव ही मिलेगी, और इसके लिए x प्लस वन उसको रिप्लेस किया, वी गेट इट एज अ माइनस वन, and that is a part, that is f of x. So we have written in the three part, 1 for less than or equals to minus 1 equal to minus 2x minus 1 if x is minus 1 and 0, and if it is greater than 0 we get it as a minus 1. Now the same question I just stated, it is in the 5.1 but उन्होंने उसमें differentiability नहीं पूछी है, उन्होंने पूछा है whether it is a continuous at, whether it just check whether the function is continuous or not, तभी नेचुरली सिर्फ कंटिन्यूटी तक ही चेक करेंगे, डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी के लिए नहीं करेंगे, और जब उन्होंने इस डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी के लिए पूछा होगा तो डिफरेंशिएबल भी करेंगे। एंड सो ऑलवेज बेटर ट्राई टू राइट द फंक्शन फर्स्ट एंड देन सिंप्लीफाई। आई थिंक it is clear now, and if till you are having doubt, yes, you can ask me on the phone, but maximum explanation I have given now, correct? Now just we have exercises सारे खत्म हो चुके हैं, miscellaneous exercise पे ही आज जाना है। This was a 21st question, Now the 22nd question we will not solve it now here because इसके लिए आपको डिटर्मिनेंट और मैट्राइसिस दैट इज़ द सेकंड एंड थर्ड लेसन आने चाहिए, वो हमने तो किए ही नहीं है और इसके वजह से वी विल नॉट सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. ये क्वेश्चन आई विल रिमेंबर एंड वी विल सॉल्व आफ्टर द डेरिवेटिव. फर्स्ट शायद फिजिक्स में आपने वेक्टर में किया होगा तो मैं एक्सप्लेन करके रखती हूँ, समझ में आए करने की कोशिश करो, नहीं हुआ तो छोड़ देंगे. अब ये उन्होंने y दिया है दैट इज गिवन इन द डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म f ऑफ x, g ऑफ x, h ऑफ x, l m n a b c. शायद फिजिक्स में आपने किया है i j k के साथ क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट निकालते हो, और इसके बाद हम वेक्टर में भी करेंगे और डेरिवेटिव जब ये लेसन पढ़ेंगे डिटर्मिनेंट्स तभी भी करेंगे. ना इसको एक्सपांड करते वक्त हमेशा क्या किया जाता है, f ऑफ x, देन डिलीट दिस रो एंड कॉलम. नाउ व्हेन वी डिलीट दिस रो, f ऑफ x का ये रो एंड ये कॉलम डिलीट किया तो नेचुरली व्हाट वी गेट m n b c. इसको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना है दैट इज m c माइनस b n. सो f ऑफ x इंटू m c माइनस b n minus second part g of x, then delete the row and the column. So what we get, ln a, we get lc minus an plus h of x. When we go for the h of x, this row and column will get deleted, so this cross multiply lb minus am, or you can write ma given in the determinant form. After expansion we get this. Now mc minus bn, these all are the number, l m n a b c are the number, and so these are becomes a coefficient. So coefficient will remain as it is. Derivative will be of f of x is f dash of x minus this is a coefficient. Derivative of g of x is a g dash of x. This is coefficient h dash of x. Now this is what we get is rearranged in the matrix form again. So this will be required for the matrix. When we learn the matrix, we will understand it more detail. Now I am starting the 23 question. In the miscellaneous, as we have gone, I have to explain that sum, and for that I have gone the 21 question directly. So now we will go in the reverse way. 23, 22, 21 and on, and then we'll go with the first, because the first sums are very easy, no need. First 8, 10 sums are such that I have a guarantee that you can solve it. So we are not going to solve that questions. Now we will solve the 23rd question. The question is y is equal to e raised to a cos inverse of x minus 1 is less than x is less than 1. Now why this condition required? x minus 1 और 1 के बीच में नहीं होगा. That is what required as a domain for cos inverse. Otherwise cos inverse ही exist नहीं होगा, और इसके लिए वो condition दी है. And we have to prove that 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x dy by dx minus a square y is equal to 0. Now we know that we can solve this sums by two different methods. One, calculate d2y by dx square, dy by dx, and then we will take a left hand side, and in the left hand side we will replace the values of d2y by dx square, dy by dx, y, whatever we get will be replaced in this and simplify. You should get it as a 0. बट वो तो ज़्यादा लेंदी होता है क्योंकि वहाँ साइन मिस्टेक्स होने की भी बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती है. नॉर्मली सच क्वेश्चंस वी गेट डायरेक्टली एज वेल. डायरेक्ट करने में स्टेप्स भी कम होते हैं एंड टाइम भी बचता है. नाउ द क्वेश्चन वाज e raised to a cos inverse x. वी विल डिफरेंशिएट करोगे तो y का डेरिवेटिव dy by dx आएगा. e raised to bracket, द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ e raised to bracket is e raised to bracket derivative of bracket. So here we get dy by dx e raised to bracket, that remains as it is. Derivative of the bracket, it should be x here, not t. Okay students. Now e a cos inverse x minus a upon, because a is a coefficient that remains, and the derivative of cos inverse is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. First this is a y1, cross multiply. What we get? Under root of 1 minus x square y1 is equal to minus a e raised to a cos inverse of x.